Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the spiritual advisor for Marc Healing Arts. Today's topic is, why can't I sleep? That's an interesting topic to talk about. So let's get started. I have 5 piles of cards here, each one paired with a unique succulent plant. Pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick the pile of cards and the plant that you feel pulled to, attracted to. To see your reading, skip to the timestamp listed in the description box below. Okay, here we go. Pick a card number 1. Why can't I sleep? The first card I got for you is the unicorn. The unicorn. So the first message I got here for you is the unicorn likes to free flow, let things flow, to just go with the flow of it. So the message here is, one of the reasons why you can't sleep is because you need to flow with things better. You're thinking too much, like even at night. Let your mind just rest and at ease and just feel that you could just fall asleep and there's no stress in your life. So you have to let things go. So be like a unicorn, just fly away freely. Except you're not really flying, but in your mind you want to calm it down more. Sensuality. Now you're going to say, well, what does that have to do with it? But I'm going to go into that. The sensuality. I just want to make sure that you can see it, so I'm bringing the card to you again. And that means that sensuality, it's like the essence of your soul, but it's also the sexual part of you, of just being who you are. It doesn't always have to be about sex appeal or intimate with your partner, but be who you are. Like, show the man who you are, or show the woman who you are. That means to identify you as a soul. Be more of your true self and let yourself blossom. So look at this. We're going with the flow. Like the unicorn. Just flow. Just go with the flow of it. This way you could sleep at night. And when you're more of your true self, the sexuality of your true self that comes out, either you're a female or a male, you show your true appearance, and when you feel better about yourself, you also go to sleep good at night. If you don't have the self-confidence, if you don't have the awareness of just who you are, you want to get in touch with yourself. It's like you're being intimate with oneself, of finding out who you are and feeling the confidence and knowing that you are just showing, you're almost like in the limelight, not only to yourself, but also to others. You want to stand out. And when you feel more confident in yourself and everything that goes around you, and you feel, at ease, with everything, then you could go to sleep better. So think of the flow. Think of being the true self of yours. That's what I'm trying to bring out to you. The potential. Think big about the future. Potential. Think big about the future. That means you want to expand your horizon of your mind. Another reason why you can't sleep, because you're getting too down on yourself. Expand your mind. And know you have a brighter future ahead, and that will help you go to sleep. Don't we all, in one form or another, worry about our futures, what it could be? So when you expand your mind, even though it hasn't come true yet, use your imaginary of your mind to think of what you're planning out. Even write it on paper. Think big, because they tell me, your angels are telling me, think big. Because when you think big, then you have like a whole future ahead, and you'll feel good about yourself. Remember I told you, be your true self through your sexuality? Well, guess what? The potential. is to think big. And when you think big, beautiful things can come your way. So you want to manifest it. And when you know you have this plan in your mind, well, guess what? You'll feel better about yourself and you won't worry so much about your future, and then you can sleep. That's another reason why you can't sleep. You need to expand your mind more. Use imaginary, even if it's visual at the time. And knowing this is what you want, even though it hasn't happened yet, but at least you'll know you have a brighter future ahead. That will help you go to sleep, because then you have things planned. Live in the moment. They want cheer up and live in the moment. You're like all over the place. So when you're all over the place, that's keeping you up at night, so you can't sleep. So you want to be in the moment of it. Enjoy each experience. You're not enjoying each experience. And from doing that, and you're thinking too much, that gives you a problem sleeping. And going back to thinking again, remember the potential? Think big for the future. What this also goes is, when you do that, live in the moment of that. And when you live in the moment of it, you're enjoying the experience of it. But if you're not enjoying experiences on the earth, then you're not going to be happy with yourself. You're not going to be happy with what you do in everyday life. That will help you go to sleep, but that's interfering with your sleep because you're not thinking and you're not being in the moment. You need to be in the moment, so it could help you go to sleep. Got the dragon for you. The dragon. And the dragon represents have the courage. Have the courage of doing. That's what the dragon does. It acts as, it's brave. It has courage. And it wants you to be like the dragon. To have that courage. So whatever you need to do about moving, or you need to find another job, or whatever you need to do, is these are the things that are on your mind once again. You know, you're not thinking enough about to advance yourself, about doing things. Sometimes you hold back. Don't hold back. Anything that you need to do, that you feel to do, even though you may not feel brave or courage at the time, take the chance and do it. So this is a chance taker. If it's a chance taker and you'll feel better about yourself, then you'll sleep better at night. But you can't sleep because you're not always being assertive enough. That's the key word here, assertive. You need to become more assertive. If you become more assertive, right? Become more assertive in your life. And then you let things flow. And then I'm going through each card now. And then you be the true you. And think big by manifesting it. And live in the moment. You'll be able to sleep better. But right now you're not doing all this. So you need to do all these I just mentioned to you. And then you'll sleep better. That's what's interrupting your sleep. So remember, take one thing at a time and just do it. And then you'll find for yourself that you will sleep better. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. And just remember something, that, you know, if you're having problems sleeping, I went into detail to explain to you what to do that bothers you, why it's affecting your sleep, and work one thing at a time. Don't be hard on yourself, knowing that you work through it and you'll sleep better. My next session, why am I so hard on myself? I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. Please remember to be safe. I send my love and blessings to all. See you next time. Take care. Here we go. Pick a card number 2. Why can't I sleep? First card I got here for you is you need to have more fun and enjoy your life. Like for this card, it's a celebration. That means you need to have more fun in your life. You're not enjoying yourself like you need to. You got to let yourself go. If you're not happy about yourself, or not saying that you're not totally happy about yourself, but if you're not happy in the way that you could really fulfill your needs and your goals and your desires. And one of them, yes, is work. How about the other one is having enjoyment, going on vacation, doing things that you want to do, or do things that you have never done before. So this card is representing, just to let you know, is you need to celebrate and have more fun. You have more fun, you have more enjoyment, you'll feel better about yourself, and then you'll sleep better. If you're not enjoying your life, you're not going to sleep as well because you're not enjoying your life and your mind knows about it. And then you start thinking about, oh God, I'm really not thrilled, not too happy, or why things happen the way that they are. No, you want to fulfill your life is, yes, work hard, but at the same time, enjoy your life. Do things that you normally don't do. Go out there and have fun. Resilience is the next card I got here for you. Resilience. This card is telling me to tell you that whatever you went through, whatever it is, this is about going through certain kind of tribulations. You may not have felt well, you've been sick, or maybe you're still challenging by health issues, or you've been suffering emotionally, whatever it is, fight through it, overcome it, or deal with it in a different kind of way. You can't, if you're sick still, you can't overcome it because you're still suffering from it. But what you can do is try to maintain it. So this way you're still enjoying life. That's why the first card I got here is go with the flow, enjoy more, have fun more. Right? Remember I just said that to you? But also, this card is telling me to tell you that actually whatever you're going through, it could be emotional, physical, or both, override it. Because if you're going to deal with it for a long time, or maybe a short period of time, knowing how to control, so this way you can still enjoy your life. That's why they tell me to tell you to have fun, celebrate. Battles of the blues. Battles of the blues. That means to deal with your sadness, whatever your emotional stuff that you're dealing with in everyday life, learning how to change it in a positive way. Use positive affirmations. Meditate. Do whatever you can to convert your mind to become more positive. Not saying that you don't think positive at times and you're a negative person. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying you need to think more positive. Because let's put it this way. I think we all know this. If you think negative, even at night, you'll keep your mind up. And that will prevent you from sleeping. If you're thinking thoughts that are bothering you, so we got to stop those thoughts and turn them into positive ones. So not only to turn it into positive ones, your thoughts, to help you go to sleep, that's why you're not sleeping, but also to deal with whatever emotional stuff that arise through you, different tribulations that you've been going through, or the physical, learning how to maintain it. So even though it hasn't improved yet, or you're still going through it, knowing how to still live a fulfilled life, even though I know it's hard. Self-reliance. Self-reliance. Telling you, don't be afraid to do things on your own. Not saying that you haven't done things on your own, but don't be afraid to become independent. If you rely on others and you're hoping for them to help you and they're never around like you want to, that could also bother you and prevent you from sleeping. So learn to become more independent. If you become more independent, you won't stress yourself out so much and rely on others at times. That also could be another contributor it's interfering with your sleep because you say, oh, I wonder if this person's going to help me. Oh, I don't know how to figure this out. I need help with this person. But there are only a lot of things you could do on your own. Once you become more independent and self-secure, that also is another reason why you're not sleeping enough, because you don't feel secure about yourself. And always relying on others. Rely on yourself. Not saying you can't ever get help, but rely more on yourself. Money. This card is money. Building, like if you're trying to build a business or you're trying to make more money, that could be another reason why you can't sleep at night. Hey, I got to pay your bills, don't have the money. You're going like, what am I supposed to do here? Well, guess what? Money is in the works, but you got to figure it on, have your own business, find another job, or whatever it is. But money is concerned why you can't sleep. So you got to find ways of increasing your income, your finances. So any way possible. Again, like I said before, find another job, doing your own business. It'll take time to grow, but you'll be successful at it. But find different ways of increasing it. As well as, look at this, that's work, and this is play right here. And the play is telling you to celebrate it and have fun. Enjoy each experience. Also, go through your tribulations, whatever you're going through, and try to maintain it. So even though it's still there, you're still living a fulfilled life. Another reason why you can't sleep, you don't feel fulfilled. And thinking too negative at night, that could interrupt your sleep. So you got to think more positive. And feel more also independent on yourself. You don't always feel independent on yourself, but feel more of that. Another reason why you can't sleep. So you want to work through each one of these. One thing at a time, remember? And you'll see when you work through this, then you'll sleep better. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. And just remember something, that, if you're having problems sleeping, I went into detail to explain to you what to do that bothers you, why it's affecting your sleep, and work one thing at a time. Don't be hard on yourself. Knowing that you work through it and you'll sleep better. My next session, why am I so hard on myself? I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. Please remember to be safe. I send my love and blessings to all. See you next time. Take care. Okay, here we go. Pick a card number 3. Why can't I sleep? 7 heavenly virtues. 7 heavenly virtues. This one, actually normally I don't do this in my readings, but this one, because there's 7 of them, and I want to make sure that I got them all in the right order, that I normally do get them in the right order. But just in case, okay, we're going to put it in a way that you'll understand the breakdown, why you're not sleeping at night. And this is really, really important because this affects your everyday life. Okay, here it is right here. You need to have more faith, belief, and trust. It's number 1. You need to have more belief, faith, and trust when you're not sleeping at night. You don't feel like things are going to work out. You don't have faith and belief in it. Not saying you totally don't, but a good part of you don't. So you need to have more faith and trust. That I can tell you that right now. And hope. Hope, the belief that things will work out. That's number 2. That you want to give more of yourself. Not saying that you haven't. I always like to say it that way, so this way I'm clear what I'm saying, so it's not like you don't have it 100%, and I don't want you to take that the wrong way. But here you want to give more to yourself as well as to others. You want the balance between the two. And never give up. Have the attitude, never giving up. Keep on striving, because that could affect your sleep as well. Oh, I give up. It's not working out. So have more faith, trust. Keep more to yourself and others. Never give up. Whatever you feel justice that needs to be served by standing up for yourself, you need to do more of that so you can sleep better at night, become more patient, like most of us need to. And also, of course, keeping your emotions under control. Because if you don't keep your emotions under control, well, then, let's put it this way, that could get you stressed through the day because you don't know how to control your emotions, so you want to control your emotions more. I know there was a lot here because there were 7 of them, but I mentioned all 7 to you. And you want to set goals. You need to set more goals. The leadership of setting goals for your life, because if you don't feel like you're fulfilling your needs, that can affect your sleep as well. So let's keep it more simple. Have more faith and trust in doing what you need to do in your life. Be patient, be more virtuous. Also, setting goals in life, putting things in order. If things are not in order, that can affect your sleep because you don't know where to go. What order do you need to go in? Boy, you really got a powerful reading here. 7 deadly sins. 7 deadly sins is the next card. So that also, again, and normally I do this from the book, but these are a long list of ones and I could read them all, but I always like to do a little breakdown, this way you understand every one of them. I should have kept this book in my hand. Okay, 7 deadly sins here. Laziness, you don't want to get lazy because if you procrastinate on things, that can affect your sleep because then you say, oh, I should have done it because I procrastinated. I don't feel right. Another thing is use your time wisely. Oh, that's part of procrastinating. If you don't use your time wisely, wait till the last second to do it or whatever, well, that could be on your mind and that could stress you out, so you don't want to stress yourself out. And then feel as a person that not only are you a loving person, but also you feel that the person that you're with or whoever you get intimate with or close to, that you feel like you're with the right person. I don't want to say be your true self when it comes to love. Be your true person when it comes to love. And then dealing with, don't go, I'm not saying I don't feel like this is you, but they're just saying this is part, if you get into this direction, but I don't feel like this is you at all, that to get into greed, I don't feel like you're a greedy person at all. Okay, but don't ever go into that direction. That's what they tell me to tell you. That could give you problems sleeping because then you're not feeling your best, and that's not you for doing that. Oh, uncontrollable anger. Keep your emotions under control. That could affect you stress-wise, and that could affect your sleep. As well as envy. Envy. Don't compare yourself what you have for someone else just because they have it and you don't. Think of the things that you have. I know we're saying appreciate life more. If you're not appreciating, that could also affect your sleep because you're not appreciating what you already have. You want to know what else you could come into your direction, but appreciate what you have. And the last one, of course, have pride in yourself. When you have pride in yourself and you're feeling good about yourself, then things will blossom. I know there's a lot in that one, but look what you have here. 7 heavenly virtues. Why you're not sleeping if you're not fulfilling them, as well as the 7 deadly sins, as well as setting goals in your life, so this way you have a future ahead of you and you can feel confident about yourself. But for all this to happen, you need to go with the flow. Go with the flow. Because when you go with the flow with it, not only will it work better, but you'll feel better about yourself because you're going with the flow with it. There are times that if things are not going your way, if you don't feel your best, what do you think happens? You get irritated or you get impatient. Flow with it more. That also affecting your sleep. You're not flowing with it. You need to go with the flow with it more. Even if it's not your way of thinking or doing, Just go with it. So go with the flow more. Very, very important. As well as, like I said before, is setting goals for yourself. If you don't have goals set, that could have, you got a problem sleeping that way, because then you'll say, I don't know what else I'm going to do in my life. I'm confused, and that could bring on a lot of stress. Look at this. They're giving it to me double now. It's telling me to tell you again, letting go. So it looks like you have a big challenge here, or challenge of letting go. So you need to go with the flow, because they're saying go with the flow, letting go. Again, go with the flow, letting go. Go with the flow with it. However it's working, just work with it. And letting go of stuff. Don't bring it into your place. I mean, they're both similar but different kind of a thing. But one, just go with the flow, however it works, work in that direction. But letting go old stuff, because that could affect your sleep by thinking about the past or holding on to things. That can affect the sleep. Not going with the flow could bother you, because then things aren't working the way you want to, and you're getting disturbed. So your mind gets bothered by it. And setting goals, like I said, and I mentioned to you, but the 7 heavenly virtues, as well as the 7 deadly sins. So work at it one at a time, knowing that you'll accomplish it. And if you work through this, you'll sleep better. But that's the reason why you can't sleep. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. And just remember something, that, if you're having problems sleeping, I went into detail to explain to you what to do that bothers you, why it's affecting your sleep, and work one thing at a time. Don't be hard on yourself, knowing that you work through it and you'll sleep better. My next session, why am I so hard on myself? I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. Please remember to be safe. I send my love and blessings to all. See you next time. Take care. Okay, here we go. Pick a card number 4. Why can't I sleep? You are going through a transition. And this is right here. New beginnings. New beginnings. So you're going through this transition of a new beginning. You have to start scratch. That could bother you. So you're going through the spiritual period where things are changing over to a new beginning. All the old stuff is pushing to the side. And now a new door is starting to open for you. So now you got to start scratch. And that could be on your mind like, oh, am I used to doing things this way? I'm so used to doing things that way. And now I got to start all over again. So don't feel like because you're starting over again that things are not going to work out and things feel uncomfortable. You'll get used to it. So you're going through a changeover. If you haven't done it yet, but I can see you're going to do it soon, that when you do this changeover, it'll be a new beginning. And right now, you're probably going through the transition change. That's what I'm picking up. And through it, it can bring uncomfortableness, and that could affect your sleep. Because of the changes that are going on, you don't know where your direction is. You don't know where to be. But know that will clear up, and you have a new beginning and a new door open for you. Opportunity knocks. Opportunity knocks. That means you're going to have a lot of doorways that they're going to open up for you right now. You may not feel like, if you're looking for a job, a new place to live, or buying a house, or finding a new relationship, whatever it is, those doors are going to open up. At the time, it bothers you because it hasn't been there yet. Like you haven't found a place where you're going to live, or a house to buy. Right? Who could you date? Because it may bother you. Whatever the situation is, the door hasn't opened yet, but it will open for you. So I just want to let you know. But until it opens up, that's why you have problems sleeping, because you're saying, I tried these avenues and nothing's opening. But they're saying opportunity knocks, the doors will open for you. Look at this. Opportunity knocks, a new beginning. Boy, those two relate. Again, opportunity knocks, new beginnings. New doors will open up when the new beginning begins. Till that time you're in a transition period, so you're kind of disturbed and that kind of bothers you where your future will be. So that could affect your sleep. Very good. Confrontation here. This also bothers you in your mind that you can't sleep because you have to conquer your fears. Conquer your fears. Or face your fears. That means whatever difficulties you have that you haven't been working through, this is why you can't sleep at night. It's on your mind, consciously or unconsciously. I think it's a combination of both. But you want to face your fears. Whatever bothers you, you need to face it. Any fears, face it. Deal with it. Confront it and know you're going to work through it. That also could bother your mind when you can't sleep at night. Have more gratitude. Have more gratitude in your life. That means to appreciate more because you're saying, well, I have this, but I want that and that and that and that. No, appreciate what you have here. That bothers you because you don't have this yet. You don't have that yet. Well, appreciate that you do have. You need to have more gratitude. You have more gratitude, you appreciate what you have, you'll be more in peace of mind. The other way, you're going to keep on saying, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. It doesn't work that way. When you appreciate a little bit, angels open doors and they give you a little bit more. You appreciate a little bit more, then another door opens up. The other way, we don't appreciate and things don't, and we don't appreciate what we have. We stress ourselves out about what we don't have. That could affect our sleep. As well as not facing your fears, whatever you need to confront, to resolve. That could be also affecting the sleep. And knowing the doors are going to open, the doors haven't opened yet, that bothers you, so that could affect your sleep by opening the doors that haven't opened yet. And the transition of the unknown could affect your sleep too. Of what will my future be? The epiphany of everything, the epiphany. Saying that you want things more clear. You want to see where things are at. You want to see all of this clear so you can see the clear picture of what your future will be. And that's what bothers you why you can't sleep, because you don't know where you're at, like I said to you. But appreciate what you do have. Facing your fears is so important. Like I just said to you, I'm repeating this again for you. Doors are going to open up. And all this will be cleared. And that's why you're having problems sleeping, because things are not clear in your life. And you're waiting for it to clear. But till it clears, you're having problems sleeping. But work through each one of them. Work through your gratitude. Work through the fears. Everything in its own place. I don't care if you have to write it on a piece of paper. If you work through all of it, write it down more than thinking about it. Even times you could stay up in the middle of the night thinking. No, write it all down so you don't have to think about it. You don't have to affect your sleep. You write it down, you write a list of all the things that you need to work out, then you'll see you'll sleep better. And that's why you can't sleep. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. And just remember something, that, if you're having problems sleeping, I went into detail to explain to you what to do that bothers you, why it's affecting your sleep, and work one thing at a time. Don't be hard on yourself, knowing that you work through it and you'll sleep better. My next session, why am I so hard on myself? I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. Please remember to be safe. I send my love and blessings to all. See you next time. Take care. Okay, here we go. Pick a card number 5. Why can't I sleep? First card I got here for you is competition. Competition. Think of, it's like comparing yourself to someone else, and they could be doing the same thing as you, right? Or you could have competition with your siblings, family members, friends, or whatever it is. Take it as a unit. bothers you why you can't sleep. You think of these things of, oh, but this one person does this. It could be a sibling. And this one does that. Another sibling. It could be the one sibling. Or dealing with a situation that, dealing with a coworker. Oh, I'm better than you, kind of a thing. Take it as you're all working together as a unit. If you think more of that and let them say whatever they're going to say, but it bothers you when people throw things at you and they try to compare yourself to them. But don't feel like they're as a competitor. Take it as you're all part of one unit. If you put more of that to resolve in your mind, you'll be able to sleep better. That's why you can't sleep, because people compare themselves. Like someone may say, like you're a sibling you could have a fight with, and they're going to argue with you. And they're going to say, oh yeah, but you have this. And no, don't even take them as a threat. Take them more as that's their stuff. I'm going to work together with them because that's my sister, that's my brother. So don't think it as a threat. Don't think it as a competition. Take it as more of, we are a unit. And I always say you need to resolve that in your mind, because I know people have came up to you and compared yourself to them, and don't get your ego involved. That's why you want to stay away from, that's the key word here, is the ego. Cherish the memories. The memories. Here is, you want to cherish the memories like from the past, even now. That means you want to enjoy and fulfill your needs by, one of the ways to fulfill your needs is enjoying the experiences of it. Your soul wants to feel that you have memories. Of course you have memories, but you want to bring those memories back. It wants to feel that it had a life of some enjoyment in my life. It's missing that enjoyment. If it doesn't feel that enjoyment and it forgets about what has happened, that could affect your sleep. So bring back old memories from the past. And when you bring back old memories from the good ones, of course, and then fulfill that and remember those times, it just fulfills the soul. The soul needs to be fulfilled while you can't sleep because you don't feel like you had it, but you had some. So fulfill the memories of it. And remember, no one's competing with you. You work together as a unit. Keep that in mind. So when someone says something to you and it bothers you, like it could be a coworker, don't let it threaten you at all. You be yourself and don't be threatened at all about it. And that could be bothering you too. Oh, this person's saying that person's saying that. Don't let them bother you or interfere with your life. Because you could bring that home and then you go to sleep at night and you start thinking of it and you don't want to do on that. Make originality. Make your own trail. What does that mean? Make your own trail. That means you want to make a trail that you keep your nose clean. You're walking through a beautiful pathway that represents you, of who you are. It's not literally a trail, it's just a figure of speech, but it's more of whatever represents you through your life. And I'm not saying you want to rep yourself as a good person, of course, but to show your personality, who you really are. I know we're saying a good reputation of yourself. That's a good way of saying it. A reputation of yourself. The people look at you and say, oh God, he's really a great person because he does that and that and that. And he's really loving, caring, nurturing. So you want to have that background in you. And you may not feel at times that you represented yourself the way you want it. So represent yourself the way you want it. So you bring up your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and feeling good. If you don't feel good about yourself, even at night when you try to go to sleep at night, you're going to have this on your mind like, oh, I don't feel comfortable about myself. I should have shown myself in a different kind of a way. Well, it's not too late to still change. So change the pathway of how you're thinking, feeling. Throw the vibe out in a positive way, but also do things in a way that really makes you happy. Start a trail on really representing yourself, your reputation of who you are. Really important. Whatever represents you, show it to people. And keep on leading it down the lines from now and in the future. Remember, bring back memories, because the soul wants to fulfill that. If you don't feel you have good memories and all, it's all about sadness, that will keep you up at night too. So think about old memories. Really, it soothes the soul. Be like the owl. Be like the owl. The owl is, believe it or not, is very intuitive. So you want to use your intuition more. When your intuition tells you to do this, don't go against it. Sometimes you went against it. Don't go against it. Because if you go against it, and then you say, oh, I should have done that, that could bother you, that could be on your mind, and that could affect your sleep as well. So remember to use your intuition. If you use your intuition, and you really, not only do you feel good because you're listening on your own advice as well as the angels, but you're flowing with it. And if you flow with it and you listen to the advice, you're going in the right direction. Sometimes you don't feel like you're in the right direction, so that could affect your sleep too. Because, oh, I should have done it this way, now it's this, and now I'm dealing with this situation. Well, use your intuition, go with the flow with it. Because the mind, body, and soul wants to feel that direction. They tell me, and this is really nice, good fortune will come to you. You may feel like you haven't had always good luck. Well, luck is coming your way. Blessings are coming your way. But you may not feel like you got things that you really wanted. So it's misfortune. But like I said before, and this is really, really, really important, not only to bring back old memories, to remember you had a good life and things are been filled. So we have to remind ourselves of that. But you also want to know that things are going to work in your favor right now. Maybe things haven't worked in your favor, so that bothers you. About like even financial, but financial will come. And that could affect your sleep too. Or things didn't work, or you haven't found someone as a partner, or you lost your job, or you don't like your job and you want to get another job. So other doors will open up. So those feelings, that could affect your sleep, of you have unsettled feelings of where you're at in whatever situation, why you're having affected sleep. Also using your intuition more, flowing more, so you're in the right direction. Instead of feeling off direction, you feel the off direction, you'll have problems sleeping. Okay? Make a nice trail for yourself so people can see who you represent. So have more pride in yourself and show your true colors. If you're not doing that, that can affect your sleep too. Oh, I should have done it this way. I should have done it that way. And that goes back into listening to your intuition. I know it's a little bit of a challenge here, but these are problems why you're not sleeping at night. If you follow this, you'll sleep better because you'll feel better about yourself. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. And just remember something, that, if you're having problems sleeping, I went into detail to explain to you what to do that bothers you, why it's affecting your sleep, and work one thing at a time. Don't be hard on yourself. Knowing that you work through it and you'll sleep better. My next session, why am I so hard on myself? I'm Marc, the Spiritual Advisor for Marc Healing Arts. Please remember to be safe. I send my love and blessings to all. See you next time. Take care.